So I'm very happy today to have this live session with Dr. Gaurav Gangwani, who also happens to be my childhood friend. And we had this session planned since 1 year. And I was just waiting for him to start this initiative, which he has finally started. And the topic is empowering the patients. So I would like Gaurav to just send me an invite so that I can add him to the live video. So by the time he comes online, he is a doctor, and he is not just a doctor but a radiologist, not just a radiologist but an interventional radiologist. So you never know, these guys, they just get a call and they have to go for a surgery and here and there. So by the time he joins, let me speak about what this particular concept started by Dr. Gaurav obviously is about. As the name says, this concept is about empowering the patients or the people who are in need of some medical guidance. A lot of uncertainty comes to our mind when we have to make a decision of going to a doctor or about some treatment or this or that. So this page, so this live session is primarily for giving us a humble shout out to this particular page, which I will leave the link in the description. It's about showing our support to him and encouraging him to spread this selfless thing which a doctor is doing. So I'm just waiting for Gaurav to come online. So welcome to all those who have joined, who have taken out your time and joined this live session. I hope you're all doing well. So just starting by my small introduction to Dr. Gaurav Gangwani. As I said, I personally know him since last almost more than 15 or 20 years. And he is an absolutely amazing human being. And then he is a doctor also. So this beautiful combination is very rare. And I would not waste much time in our introductions and everything. Before starting to speak on this page that he has made, Empowering the Patient, I would like to say two things. One thing, we are not anti-medicine or anti-doctors. This page is not to criticize doctors or judge them as good or bad. As the name says, this page is about empowering the patients. As simple as that. Empowering them doing what? Is this some cure that we'll be speaking about? No. This is to help them make certain decisions which a normal layman, a human being, gets confused in making. And sometimes they end up paying a big price when it comes to spending a lot of extra money, when it comes to aggravating the illness, or worst being life. So this is not to criticize any doctor, nor is this a treatment channel, or nor are we going to give you some treatments. Okay, you have this problem, do this treatment. Wrong. When it comes to visiting a doctor, there is no substitute. And the second thing is, when it comes to doctors, as I know Gaurav personally, he's been studying all his youth. Practically from 18 years till 30, that's the youth part. he has spent in studying and studying and studying. So for him to take this initiative, which is like a small of empowering the patient. One last line from me, because you have to spend so studying and this and that, there comes a tendency to exploit after getting some degree and this and that as well. So this is something, this tendency of exploitation is something that Gaurav has somehow surpassed. And because of that, he has actually started this page. Again, the motive of this page is not treatment, but patient empowerment. I would like to invite and ask Dr. Gaurav to speak for a few minutes about what was the purpose of making, are we going to expect in the future videos from this YouTube channel, not a page, this is a YouTube channel. Yes, Dr. Gaurav, over to you.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you, Anmol, for that generous introduction. And very happy to be on the Instagram live page, and would have not liked to start this journey with anyone else except my best friend and a very good philanthropist, animal lover, yoga enthusiast, multiple other roles that we are playing. So coming back to the question, uh, actually right from the time that I completed my post graduation and I started my advanced super specialty training, where I had to actually either under supervision or independently treat patients, I have been repeatedly coming across scenarios where I see that a family is not making a right decision for a particular disease when given the treatment options. And I also, some of those patients, I see the consequences, what happened because of it. So many times the consequences were not good. And that's why since the past almost, I would say 8 years or so, I was very disturbed as to what can be the solution for such a problem. What is happening is, of course, there are some doctors who may not be completely ethical. A small bunch of them. I would say majority of doctors are still doing a very competent and good work, and they are quite ethical. Every profession has people who are of that such groups, and then on the other hand, I see that patients have completely lost trust on doctors. It is not like the previous days when the patient would entrust the treatment to doctors. When a patient goes to a doctor, he asks the treatment options. He has doubt about everything, about the CT report, about the pathology report, about the diagnosis. He takes second opinion, third opinion, and in the end, still he doesn't know what to do after so much of window shopping of doctors. So it always disturbed me as to what can be done to solve this issue. Can't we bridge this gap where patients start trusting doctors, or and at least don't end up making mistakes in treatment decisions? I mean, so many patients, they trust Google or their friends who are completely from non-medical background over a expert person in that field.
Mm-hmm.
So I was from a long time thinking about this, but the final nail in the coffin was in the last year. Being an interventional radiologist, I have a lot of emergency work where I have to, 60% of my work is emergency work. So, in this situation, when I give my treatment options to families and when I tell them the pros and cons of doing that intervention and not doing that, it is one of the most difficult decisions for a family to take. For example, I'll just share
Mm-hmm.
a small case scenario, the last one which happened because of which I was forced to start this channel. I was on call in my hospital working. I had about 6 to 7 patients lined up, and suddenly I get a call from my emergency department, the casualty, that a 24-year-old girl has come with massive paralysis. Half of her body is not working, and she's paralyzed. She cannot speak, and
Mm-hmm.
very partial consciousness is there. She's just arousable on pain, so please rush fast. We rushed to the spot. We found that the parents are not there. They were in Rajasthan somewhere. And the only
My God.
relatives that she had with her was a younger sister, 21 years old, and a cousin. So again, young people. So we got the formalities done. We rushed them for a CT angiography. We learned that a major vessel of her brain is blocked. because of fresh clot.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily she was in window period. She reached the hospital in about 2 to 3 hours of time, which is good. So
Mm-hmm.
we explained the family, okay, let's give her an injection which may potentially dissolve the clot, but being such a large clot in such a large vessel, 80% chance it won't work. So the second best option is we give that medicine to at least soften the clot, and we rush the girl to the angiography suite where I operate, where I intervene. It's not with any blade or any open operation, it's all with a small pinhole. So I do like the
Mm-hmm.
heart when the person gets heart attack because of clot or blockage in the blood vessels of the heart. Same ways, this is
Mm-hmm.
a stroke of the brain. So I just go in with angiography, same like the cardiologist, and I remove the clot. So I gave
Mm-hmm.
that option, and the cost of such procedure is huge because although being a charitable hospital and the procedure cost being very negligible, the hardware cost is around 2.5 lakhs for such an intervention.
Mm-hmm.
So when the family heard that we are going to, when the sister heard that we are going to take her elder sister for an intervention in the cath lab, where the cost of the whole procedure may come to 3 to 4 lakhs, including everything, the hospital stay, the procedure, and the hardware, and where she has to take such a big decision which might even complicate the case. Of course, there is a 90% chance she'll become better, but there is
Mm-hmm.
5 to 10% complication risk. The sister couldn't take that decision. Her parents are outside, she's trying to contact them, they are not able to talk. So in the end, she got some family member who had a contact of a doctor in some hospital which did not have this facility, and
Mm-hmm.
she took the patient there, took her sister there. She refused for the treatment and she took her there. Now, I was so fearful that this is a 25, 24-year-old lady. Because of this decision, I didn't want her to get paralyzed for life. And that is a good, relatively good outcome that can happen. The worst outcome is that that large of a area of her brain dies, it swells up, and either she succumbs to it or they have to operate and remove the skull so that the pressure goes outside and not inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I was so horrified by this fact that I can do something for this patient, and there is a 90 to 95% chance I can bring her out and instantly she will walk. And here she is, because of this choice. I don't blame the family, because if I am in their place and I'm not a medical person and I don't trust this hospital or this doctor completely, complete strangers for me, I would also have this fear that they are telling me that I have to do a treatment for my 20-year-old sister. They'll operate, take her to the OT. If something bad happens, then what? And with these
Mm-hmm.
so many social media, movies, shows talking about how doctors even bring in a dead body and still act for gaining money. So of course they are more apprehensive and they don't trust us. So then that was the final nail in the coffin. I said, if I do, at least I should play my role and try to do something so that patients beforehand know about these diseases and their treatments, so that when such an emergency situation arises, they don't have to take such wrong decisions. So one of main intent is this, that patients are completely empowered with knowledge of the disease and what are the
Mm-hmm.
standard treatments and what are the complication risks and the benefit of those treatments, so that they can take a decision when needed in the nick of time.
Mm-hmm. So basically, this channel is not, it is not anti-doctor, but it is meant so that people can have more trust in doctors rather than
Yes,
having trust in their instincts or some Google or some,
yes.
unknown source.
Yes,
That's
yes, it is
that's
definitely
fantastic.
not anti-doctors. It is just in the intention is to bridge the gap between doctors and patients. That is becoming wider and wider,
It
and
is.
yeah, and to come to some sort of uh, a better organic way of treating patients, where they are empowered with this knowledge and they take the decisions with that knowledge.
That's fantastic. And I'm extremely happy that you have finally started this.
Mhm.
And there is already a video out on fibrosis, if I'm not wrong. Fibroid.
Uterine fibroid. Yes.
Correct. So
Yeah.
that this one fibroid issue, actually, this video, if was available, let's say around 20 years ago, even when I saw that video, I came to know that my mother was tricked into doing this surgery of getting her uterus removed.
Hmm.
And at that time, the same reason was given that this may develop into a big cancer. So if you
Hmm.
want to save your life, get this surgery done.
Hmm.
So, we are not anti-doctor, but as I gave your introduction, that you have spent 10 years of your youth in sacrificing and studying, so the tendency comes to exploit. So it is now the patient's duty to increase their knowledge about what is happening and how to deal with things. And that's where this channel is going to make a very big difference. This channel has
Yes.
the potential to make a revolution. And my sincere wishes and prayers that this channel reaches to many, many people. Guys, be very sure a lot of information is going to get posted on this particular YouTube channel. I will be leaving its link in our description. And it's just one disease that he has spoken about. It's first of all, it's unbelievable how you take out time off your work and make these beautiful videos. But maybe you're used to doing sacrifices. You have sacrificed your youth for studying, and now you're sacrificing your work life for empowering. So I think you relish sacrificing. That's yoga, by the way. This is Govardhan School of Yoga. You must be wondering that why is Anmol having a doctor here, and why are we speaking about some YouTube channel of this doctor and about diseases? So my dear friends, yoga is not just about moving some body parts or listening some philosophy, but it is about striking balance in each and every aspect of life. So this channel will definitely help you in striking that perfect balance of decision making into what to do when you are in a situation where there is a medical dilemma. So yes, doctor, what will be the next video about?
The next video that I'm going to make is exactly on the condition I spoke about, which forced me to start this channel. I'm going to make a video on stroke. What is a stroke?
Okay.
What are the symptoms? What should a family do as soon as they find any of these symptoms in their patient? And when they reach a hospital, what they should expect out of the hospital? What are the three facilities that should be there for them to get treated there? And if that is not available, then what to do immediately, and which is the next hospital that they should rush to, and what they should expect as
Mhm.
a treatment option being offered, so that beforehand they know, okay, if I get a stroke or some relative gets a stroke or even a friend, this is the protocol, this is the algorithm, and I have to say yes, yes, yes to these things. So
This is
this is
amazing.
the next.
This is amazing. I just hope and pray that you develop some very beautiful structured pattern like a table or something in the future, because this is just the beginning. So that
Yes.
just like the periodic table, there is everything set. So something like a periodic table for the diseases of the do's and don'ts for what the patient should do. So this is just the beginning, and I'm extremely happy that we are finally doing this. You are finally doing this. We are supporting you because I consider this as yoga. And yes, so we will not take much time of yours. For more information, you have to visit his YouTube channel, which is Empower the Patients. I will leave the link in the description. So, Dr. Gaurav, any last words of empowerment from you before we end this video?
The last thing that I just want to speak is, I don't want a wrong message to go to anyone. So I just want to share this with everyone that uh, doctor, like any other profession, of course, doctors also have negative elements. That is true. But at the same time, doctors are doing their bit. Uh, to some extent, I would say doctors and soldiers and even agriculturists or farmers, they go out of their way in terms of effort, time, many other things in terms of compared to the proportion what they get to for their
Even
profession.
yoga teachers, even yoga.
Yes, yes, yes. So, so they do, true. So, so this tendency that we have, I'll just share a few examples. Uh, Recently, I got a call from one of my friends in Delhi, and a non-medico, complete non-medico, a girl. She told me that my dad is having a, liver issues, and he is admitted in so and so reputed hospital, and they are just minting money out of him daily, and I don't and the session is going on. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I told her that look, it is one of the most reputed hospitals for this disease management in the country, and I have seen your dad's reports. The disease is at a stage where no hospital can treat it. The only treatment is liver transplant, which you cannot afford and you don't want to get it done immediately. So the doctors are doing their best. So, and of course, while they are doing their best, it's a private institution. They have told you right in the beginning what are the charges if you put him in an ICU, because they are giving premium facilities. They will charge to a premium extent. So, knowing that and then having this ideology, it becomes very inorganic. You are giving your relative's life into the hands of a person and an institution, and constantly you have this in mind that they are not really treating him, and all they want to do is mint money, so they'll just extend the treatment or put his life in undue risk. Instead of
Mm.
this, then remove him from there. If you
Mm.
see, you cannot sit in a plane even for 2 hours and constantly have this in mind that the pilot is probably not licensed and he doesn't know how to fly a plane. He's probably
Correct.
reading some journal and doing something. So then you will be in so much apprehension why to board such a plane in the first place.
Mm.
So I want patients to be completely trustful on the doctors. Yes, taking a second opinion is your right, but after taking second opinions, after knowing about the disease, you have to the person who is about to drive the plane of your body. Without doing
Correct.
that, you will be completely apprehensive, and even the minor natural complication that occurs, you will just point fingers. It will all become medical legal haphazardness, and no one benefits from it. No one benefits from it. So,
Correct.
uh, so yeah, so let's hope that, see, my last message is that we spend so much time on social media videos on
Correct.
food recipes, trolls, jokes, memes. Uh, I mean, they are the most successful YouTube channels today in the world.
Yeah.
So, if you're doing so much for entertainment, for color, for flavor, why not do something for your health and life? So spend some 10 minutes of your time for seeing these videos. The latest video that we put on fibroid, I was also shocked when I was preparing statistics for this. I'm not a gynecologist. Of course, I treat fibroids as an interventional radiologist, but I learned that 8 out of 10 females in all over the world will get fibroid once at least in their life from the age of 18 to 70.
That's
So that
shocking.
is
That's
such a
unbelievable.
astonishing number even for me. Yeah, yeah. So I would expect at least 80% of the world to see this video, because some either them or their family member is going to have a fibroid, and then they will have this question what to do. Is there any natural method to treat it? Is surgery the only option? Is there any alternative, etc.?
Correct.
So I would urge everyone to go through the channel, not because I want to get something out of it, but mainly because you are going to face it at some point of time, either you or your family member, or at least your friend, if you're lucky enough not to have it in your family. And then you can help
Correct.
each other out by this knowledge.
Correct. That's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And the part you said was completely true. That disclaimer is very important, that this in no way intends to replace one-to-one consultation with a super specialist doctor or a multidisciplinary team. That
Correct.
has to be there. This is just that so that, because many times doctors don't have enough time to explain the disease to each and every patient.
Hmm.
This video is a very comprehensive video packed in 13 minutes with a lot of info. I cannot expect a doctor to give even 13 minutes of extra time to each patient, especially because of the doctor-patient ratio and the volumes that doctors have today. So
Correct.
that's why this is a one-stop visit for anyone who wants to come and get primed about the disease, and then he can go to his doctor and then discuss, okay, I have heard there are these four options. Where do I fit and what are the reasons? So he'll be empowered and better to
Mm.
discuss those.
That's amazing. So thank you so much, Dr. Gaurav. And we are all looking forward for a lot of videos that we can educate ourselves and we can share them with whoever is in need. And thank you for our beautiful live audience who stuck around with us, listening to the stories that Gaurav. So now you all know that Gaurav is also a good storyteller. He's not just a doctor, he's not just a content creator, but also a wonderful storyteller. So thank you so much, and let's encourage Dr. Gaurav for this amazing initiative that he has taken. This was from our side, and we are looking for much more. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Namaste.
much to the live audience. Very, very grateful. Thank you.